Hi, Eric. I'm Carla.
Hi, Carla. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Well, thanks for coming in. The first thing I wanted to let you know is that everything that you tell me is going to be confidential unless it's about harming yourself or harming others. And then I'll have to go into different measures and talk to my supervisor about that and try to get you some help with that, okay?
Okay.
Okay, great. So what brings you here?
Well, I just have been feeling really depressed lately.
Mm-hmm.
It's been hard for me to get out of bed and to do tasks. Things that I normally enjoy, I don't get any fun out of. I feel kind of isolated. It's hard for me to really function. I feel down.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that it's hard for you to get out of bed and you're just feeling really down and depressed and just not having a lot of energy.
That sounds about right.
Okay. So what triggers that for you?
I don't know. Lately, I just have been thinking about the past and all the mistakes I've made and
Mm-hmm.
how I've had, at a relatively advanced age, I've had to go back to school and start up a new career, and I feel kind of like a failure.
Okay.
And,
Why? Go ahead.
and I feel like I don't really have many friends around. I just kind of shuffle in and out of my classes, my internship, and I don't have any rewarding friendships right now. That hurts. I feel isolated.
So you feel isolated and you don't have a lot of rewarding friendships. And what word would you use to define how you're feeling right now?
I guess depressed.
Depressed. Okay.
Yeah.
And how does depressed feel? How does that feel for you?
Well, that feels like I'm lifeless, that I don't have any emotion. It's a feeling also of some anxiety thrown in there.
Okay.
Instead of
anxiety.
trying to embrace the day, I feel like it's a sentence in a prison.
Okay. So you feel like you're in a prison, you feel lifeless. So how does that physically feel?
It makes me feel kind of sleepy. It makes me feel drained of energy. I feel weak. I don't feel buoyant. I just feel like I'm shoved, just stumbling through life.
Okay. Sleepy, drained of energy, life, just you feel like you're drained.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So if there was one word you could choose from those internal feelings, what word would you choose for your overall?
Despair.
Despair. Okay. So you're feeling despair. Okay. So let's pretend like you're talking to despair. Okay. Act like I'm despair
Okay.
for a minute. What would you say to despair?
Well, despair, I think that you've really got a hold on me. I mean, I think that you've gotten into my mind, into my body, and you really make me feel bad.
Okay. So despair has gotten into your body and makes you feel bad.
Right.
Okay. So is there a way to get despair out of your body?
I don't know. I mean, right now I feel just I feel gray and dismal. I don't feel like it'll end.
You feel gray and dismal? Okay. Well, I notice when you talk that you do this a lot with your hand.
Yeah.
You move your hand, you're kind of, do you think you're like shooing away despair?
Maybe that's an interesting insight. I didn't think about that.
So what if you visually, instead of doing that, like you're shooing him, why don't you push him? Why don't you push despair?
Shove it out of the way.
Shove it out of the way.
Okay.
Okay? Because despair appears to be out of your body when you're pushing it out of your body. Have you ever thought of it that way?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So what would you say to despair now if you were pushing despair away?
I'm sick of you, despair. I've let you control my life for too long. It's time for you to leave.
Okay. And what energy or what word would you use that you would want to have inside of you other than despair?
Hopeful.
Hopeful? Okay. So despair, you're pushing away, and now you want to bring in hopeful.
Right.
Okay. So what can we do can we do this for hopeful with your hand? Do this.
Okay.
No, let's like bring it in. Bring it in hopeful into your body.
Okay.
So how does that feel? What does hopeful feel like? Pretend I'm hopeful.
Okay. Well, hopeful, I haven't seen you in a while. I'd like to see you again. Suddenly, the days seem brighter. You give me, your energy helps get me, your positive energy helps me get through the day. I feel like I'm going to solve a lot of problems and maybe even enjoy life a little bit.
Okay. So every time you feel despair, what do you think you can do when you feel despair?
Well, maybe I can work on pushing it away, getting it out of me, and then thinking of bringing hopefulness in.
Right. I think that'd be a great plan. How do you think your life will change if you do that?
I think instead of dreading every day, I'll try as the old phrase goes, carpe diem, try to seize the day and see how much I can get out of it.
So you're going to try to seize the day?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in. I think that's a great technique to use whenever you're feeling down and depressed. Just imagine yourself pushing despair away and bringing hopeful back in.
Okay.
Okay, and in a week we'll get back together and I'll see how that works for you.
Okay.
Hi, Eric. Welcome back.
Hi, Carla.
So how is it going?
Well, a little better. I think I focused on, pushing despair out and then bringing hopefulness in. At first it was hard because I felt so badly for such a long period of time that it got me down. I thought I would never feel better. But now I feel like I have a little bit more hope and it's coming inside of me. I've been able to push away some of the despair.
Okay, so it was hard. It was hard at first.
Right.
Okay, but now you're able to bring hopefulness in.
Right.
Okay, so what does that physically feel like? The hopefulness now.
I feel light on my feet. I don't feel so heavy and like I'm dragging a load. I feel pretty happy.
So you feel light on your feet.
Yeah.
So what are you feeling when you feel light on your feet?
Oh, I just feel happy, like I feel joy in me, and I feel
happy and joy.
I feel like being more gregarious and going out and meeting people, things like that.
Okay, so you're out there meeting people now.
Yeah, I'm getting out of the house more often, sure.
Okay. So are you incorporating this throughout the entire day or just parts of the day or?
Well, I try to focus on feeling, when I started, I tried to focus on feeling good for maybe an hour.
Okay.
And I've been able to extend that to 2 or 3 hours a day. I'm just telling myself, despair, you might be here for part of the day, but you're not going to take the entire day.
So you're actually telling despair, you're only going to be here part of the day, and then you're going to have hopefulness the rest of the time.
Right.
So you can take that a little bit further if you like. Tell despair, I don't want you here at all.
Yeah.
So try that. Try to tell despair, I'm despair. Try to tell despair that.
Despair, you're no longer welcome. I don't want you to even be part of my life, small part of my life anymore.
Okay. So despair, you're no longer welcome.
Right.
I don't want you to be a part of my life anymore.
Right.
Okay. And what are you going to do with despair? With with your hands? What did we talk about last time?
Pushing it away.
Okay. So when despair gets close to you, what are you going to do?
I'm going to back up and then shove him away.
Okay. And then what are you replacing despair with?
With happy, with joyful.
Okay.
Then I'll bring that in and I'll sweep it in with my arms.
Okay, so happiness and joyfulness, you're going to bring that into you. And I think if you try that technique every time you start to get an inkling that despair is coming closer, like literally, physically push that away.
Okay.
Okay?
Push it
Physically
away.
push it away. And then you can get to a point where you're mentally pushing it away.
Okay.
Okay? So try that technique. Some other things you can do are reading like self-help books,
Okay.
watching videos on self-care, on inspirational videos, and that's gonna to maybe increase your levels of feeling like hopeful. Is that something you might want to try to do?
Yeah. I can
Okay.
do that.
Okay. So we went over everything. The last time you were here, you were pushing despair away, and it was helping a little bit. But excuse me. But now you're going to physically push it away every single time. Correct? Okay. Well, I think you've really made progress, and I hope that you continue to use that technique as a way to get better and feel better for your future. And next time I see you, maybe despair's completely gone.
Hopefully.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.